we're going to build a simple structure of columns and beams. Let's start with the columns. First, let's select the column object. Now, go to the Modify panel and in the modifier list, select the Array Modifier. By default, it's going to create 5 copies, one after each other. This is happening due to the offset parameter. The default value of 1 is going to add each object right after the other. If we change it to 2, we can see that now we have a space of 1 object. And if we change it to 3, we have a space of 2 objects between each other. This is great for some objects like fences. But for our column structure, we want to have a distance of 4 meters between the objects. So let's change the offset to 0 and set the spacing to 4 meters. We also want 3 columns, so let's change the count X to 3. Perfect, now let's create more rows. Let's change the count Y to 3. For the offset, we're going to change it again to 0. And for the spacing, -3 meters. We have completed our column grid. Now, let's work with the beams. Just like we did for the columns, let's add an array modifier. We're going to keep the distribution to grid and use relative offset. For the X, we want the count to be 3 to match the columns. We also want the offset at 0 and the spacing to be 4 meters. For the Y, it's almost the same as before, but we are going to have a small modification. We need a count of 2 instead of 3. The offset is going to be 0 again. And for the spacing, we want -3 meters. Now, we have a basic structure ready. But one of the great things about the array modifier is that we can edit the parameters at any time. For example, we can quickly add another row of columns and beams by changing the count X or Y on our beam array, and we can also do the same for the column array. Now, let's imagine we have a second floor and we want to add the same structure there. First, let's change the count set to 2. Here, we can see that the column is starting right after our previous column due to the offset of 1. We are going to leave it like this, and we're just going to add a spacing of 30 centimeters between each column. Now we created our grid of columns and beams. The only thing missing is to add our floors. We can also use an array modifier, but that can add a lot of extra geometry, and we can have issues with it. In this case, it's better to use a bot to create it. The array modifier is great to quickly create patterns, and especially on architectural visualization. We can use it for many different types of structural elements. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. And thank you for watching.